Record on screen. Okay, so today we are going to learn about 2D arrays. Okay, so what does two-dimensional 2D mean basically? Two-dimensional, right? Two dimension. So can you give me an example of one-dimensional? A line. Very good. A line is an example of one dimension. Yes or no? Very good. Why a line is an example of one dimension? Can anybody tell me? X is 1D. So basically, sorry, a line is a collection of points, right? Yes or no? Right? So I can increase the number of points in just one direction, right? And if I join all those points, I'll get a line, right? In case of circle, is circle a one-dimensional or two-dimensional? Circle. Two-dimensional. Why it is a two-dimensional? So let's suppose I take 2 points. Okay. If I want to draw a circle, I need points which are moving either in this direction also or in this direction also, right? Yes or no? I can't have just one direction and I can get a curve, right? I need at least two directions to make a curve. This is just a general thing, okay? So in data structures also, if they are increasing in just one direction, so this is the direction in which they are increasing. So we call them as arrays, right? Now what 2D arrays are basically, it is an array of arrays. Okay, so let's break it down. It is an array of arrays. Okay, so how do we represent an array? Simply we open square brackets, right, and we write the numbers, right? So it is an array of numbers basically. So it is a simple array. Now if we want to have an arrays of arrays, so first we'll open an array and we'll have small arrays. Yes, it is an array of arrays. Are you getting the definition now? No subarray, please. Don't confuse yourself with what you have learned in the last class. It is an array of arrays. So how do we represent it? An array of arrays. So let's suppose if I write matrix. Okay, I'll tell you what a matrix is basically. So 1, 2, 3, it is an array. Then I have one more array, 3, 4, 5. Then I have one more array, like 5, 6, 7. And I close it. So basically it is an array of arrays. So this can be imagined as 1. Okay, just a second. Something. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then in another row, it can be imagined as 3, 4, 5. And in another row, it can be imagined that 5, 6, 7. And I close this thing. Can I write the same thing as this thing? Just I have written it in different lines. It is the same thing, right? We have a comma, we have this thing. I have written it like this. So just like an array can be imagined as just one dimensional of these things, there is how many rows in this thing? When I write an array like this, how many rows are there? Just one. Very good. And how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So similarly, what I can do is I can imagine this thing as this thing. So how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3. So I can write row number 1, row number 2, and row number 3. And how many columns? 3. 1, 2, 3. So column number 1, column number 2, and column number 3. And how can I write like this? Just 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. Are you getting this logic? They've converted 1D array into 2, 3. These are just numbers. These are just random numbers. Okay. Now, remember I said array is a contiguous array stored as a contiguous memory, right? So the reason is this, Rahul Pure. Okay. So earlier when we had an array, so let's suppose some random numbers 5, 9, 10, 2, 3, let's suppose. So how did our memory look like? So we have this memory, right? And we stored at it contiguous memory locations, right? So this is 5, this is 9, this is 10, this is 2, this is 3, right? Yes or no? This was stored at contiguous memory locations. In simple normal array. But how do we store it in, let's suppose when you have a 2D array. So when we have 2D array, let's suppose I'm writing some. So how they are stored basically. So this is our memory. So these are stored, like the first number is stored, then the second number is stored. So row wise insertion is happening. Okay, so the first number 3 will go, then the second number, then the third number, then the fourth number, then the fifth number, then the sixth number, then 2, then 0, then 9, then 10, 15, and 14. Okay, this is how they are stored in memory. Yeah, it is by default. Okay, so it becomes like a matrix. Okay, now why it is called as a matrix? Okay, now if you can remember, when we have this kind of a thing, right? When they are at contiguous memory, yeah, I'll tell that particular thing. So when we had this continuous thing, so let's suppose it was a variable ARR. Okay, so we could write ARR of 0 is equal to 5, right? Because of contiguous memory locations. ARR of 1 was 9, ARR of 10 was, oh sorry, ARR of 2 was 10, ARR of 3 was 2, and ARR of 4 was 3. Yes or no? This was enabling because of contiguous memory allocations, we were able to access it like this. Okay, so how do we use the same logic in this particular one? Okay, so it is, since our 2D array is 2-dimensional, right? So we need 2 variables to access it. Yes or no? since array was one dimensional, we used just one variable, right? One index to locate a position. Yes or no? But when we are using two dimensions, right, we need two variables to locate a position. Okay, how can this be? How can we be sure? So when we have a x coordinate, a y coordinate, if we used to locate a point, we used to give x comma y. Yes or no? Yes, similarly, it will happen in two-dimensional arrays. So how it will happen? So let's suppose we have 4 rows. This is row number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. But our indexing starts from 0 or 1? 0, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3. The total number of rows will be 4, but the indexing will start from 0, 1, 2, 3. Yes or no? Let's suppose we have 3 columns. This is column number 1. This is column number 2. And this is, sorry, column number 3, right? In columns also, as indexing will start from 0, right? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Is this part clear? Row also, there are 4 rows, there are 3 columns, but our indexing start from 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Okay. Now, this is 0 column. This is 0th row and 0 column. Okay. So this element will be 0, comma 0. This is 0. This is column also 0. Yes or no? Row is also 0. Column is also 0. Okay. Yes, 2 indexes. Now this is row 0. This particular thing. This is in row number 0 and column number 1. So it will be 0, comma 1. Very good. This is row 0. This is column number 2. So it will be 0, comma 2. This is row number 1. Column number 0. So it will be 1, comma 0. This will be 1, comma 1. And so on. 1, comma 2, 2, comma 1, 2, comma 0, 2, comma 1, 2, comma 2, 3, comma 0, 3, comma 1, 3, comma 2. Is it okay? So if I write, if I want to get this value, so what should I write? Just, let's suppose this is variable ARR. So what I can write? ARR of 2, comma 1. Exactly. 2 and 1. This like this. So need to open 2 brackets now. So ARR of 2 and 1. It cannot be comma like this. It has to be like this. Are you getting this thing? Now, let's suppose if I have this array to be like this. Let me call it matrix from now. Okay. Variable matrix is equal to, again, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Let's suppose it was something like this. Okay. So it is a matrix, right? Yes or no? So when I write matrix of 0, what will be the answer? Yeah, it will give. So see, so matrix is, this is an array, right? So we can write this entire thing as 0. Yes or no? This entire thing as 1 index and this entire thing as second index. Are you getting the logic? This is the entire array. Forget about this thing for now. Just consider variable matrix is equal to item 1, item 2, and item 3. Yes, exactly. It will give the only the row. So basically, if I'm writing like this, variable matrix is equal to this thing, and compare this thing. Yes or no? Yeah, matrix is a 1D array, right? Yes, for now it is 1D array. So when I write matrix of 0, what should it give me? It should give me 1, 2, 3. Right? Now in this matrix, if I write matrix of 0, 0, what should it give? 1. Very good. It should give me 1. Why? This is matrix of 0 and I am now accessing its 0th position. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Are you getting the logic? How it is coming? 0 of 0, yes. Again, the variable matrix is let any 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, anything. Okay. So matrix of 0 is this thing, this entire row. 1, 2, 3. Matrix of 1 is this entire thing. 6, 7, 8. And matrix of 2 is this entire thing. 9, 11, 12. And when I say matrix of 0, 2, so what should it give? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So matrix of 0 and then the 0th position, then the first position and then the second position. So it will give me 3. Exactly. Okay. Similarly, matrix of 1, 2, it will give me 8. And matrix of let's suppose 2, let's suppose 1, it will give me 11. Okay, so there are many ways of imagining this thing. The simplest way is just create your matrix. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, right? And just write 0, just imagine it as 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, and 2, 2, right? So when I say matrix of 0, so matrix of 0 means this entire row. Okay. Matrix of 1, this means this entire row. And matrix of 2 means this entire row. Okay. Now, since how do I loop over the entire matrix? So our matrix is this thing. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Okay. So let's suppose if I want to loop over the entire elements. So how many rows are there? 3. How many columns are there right now? 3. So what I can do is basically for variable I equal to 0, right? This is I equal to 0. This is I equal to 1. This is I equal to 2. This is j equal to 0. This is j equal to 1. This is j equal to 2. Okay. For variable I is equal to 0, I less than rows, right? Not 3. Basically, it is 3 right now. You can write the hard coded number or this thing. And I plus plus. Then for variable j equal to 0, j less than columns, and j plus plus, we can do console.log matrix of I, comma j. basically ij. Yes. So basically, through this, what happens is this outer loop goes over each of the rows, and this inner loop goes over each of the columns. Just like in patterns. Okay. See, we have number of rows. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18. This is I equal to 0. This is I equal to 1. This is I equal to 2. This is I equal to 3. This is j equal to 1. This is j equal to 0. This is j equal to 1. This is j equal to 2. So we basically have for loop variable I equal to 0, I less than rows. So rows are here 4 and columns are 3. There are 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are how many columns? 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 columns and there are 4 rows. So basically I'm having this outer loop which goes over every row. Okay. So for variable I equal to 0, I less than rows, I plus plus. For variable I equal to 0, I less than rows. So from 0 till 3 it will go. And then for variable j equal to 0, j less than columns and j plus plus. So basically when I is equal to 0, say is 0 less than 4? Yes. So it will go into this loop. And how from where it will run? From j is equal to 0 till j less than columns. So j is equal to 0 till j equal to 2 it will run. So it will go for this thing, this thing, this thing. And I'm doing console.log. Let it be matrix of I comma j. Console.log matrix of I comma j. Okay, with practice it will come, don't worry. Okay. We are just doing console.log right now. We can do multiple things with this thing. Okay. So no covariance and all those things are don't need to know. You need to know it. You don't need to know calculate these things and all those things. Okay. Let's what is a let me. So if you have a square matrix, let's suppose, don't think of transpose. Let me talk about diagonals. So let's suppose if you have a square matrix, can anybody tell me what is a square matrix? No, where I is equal to j, not I is equal to j, number of rows is equal to number of columns. Rows is equal to columns. Okay. Rows is equal to columns. So if I have 3 rows and 3 columns, it is a square matrix. This is 3 cross 3, 3 rows, 3 columns, 4 cross 4 columns, 5 cross 5, and so on, right? 2 cross 2 also. Yes or no? So a diagonal is basically all the elements where I is equal to j. I is equal to j. Okay. How is it I equal to j? So this is I equal to 0, I equal to 1, I equal to 2. This is j equal to 0, j is equal to 1, j is equal to 2. When I is 0, what should be the value of j to make it a diagonal? So this condition should be there. So 0 comma 0. Let me write these things only. 0 comma 1, 0 comma 2, 1 comma 0, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 0, 2 comma 1, and 2 comma 2. Yes or no? So these are the diagonals. This is the diagonal, right? Yes or no? But this is also a diagonal, right? So we cannot have just this condition. This is one of the diagonals, right? This is also a diagonal. Yes or no? Okay. So two diagonals are there, right? Let's suppose if I just want to sum this diagonal, uh, this one diagonal. So this is 0 comma 0. This is 0 comma 1. This is 0 comma 2. This is 1 comma 0. This is 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 0, 2 comma 1, and 2 comma 2. So what will I do? Let's suppose there are numbers written in these positions, right? What are the numbers written? Again, let me write anything. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. So what should be the sum of the diagonal? So 1 plus 7 plus 12, right? So 20 should be there, right? So how do I sum it? What should be the logic? So let's suppose, let me take a variable sum equal to 0. Okay. So for variable I equal to 0, I less than rows, and I plus plus. Okay. For variable j is equal to 0, j less than columns, j plus plus. What will I check? Whether the element is a diagonal or not. So what I'll check? If I equal to j. Yes or no? If I equal to j, then sum the element. So sum plus equal to, very good. Let me call it matrix, MAT. So MAT of I comma j, basically ij. Yes, now somebody is asking how to sum the second diagonal. So can anybody tell me how to calculate the diagonal, second diagonal? So if you look at the pattern, okay, let me go to the previous slide only. So 0 comma 2, okay, what is the value of 0 plus 2? 2. What is the value of 1 plus 1? Again 2. And what is the value of 2 plus 0? Again 2. Can you see a pattern? So if I plus j is equal to 2. Why 2 is coming? Because we are going from 0, 1, 2. There are how many rows? 3 rows. Yes or no? There are 3 rows. That's why we are getting this 2 value, right? So yeah, you can write row minus 1. Row minus 1. So if I plus j equal to row minus 1. Yes or no? Again. This is I equal to 0, this is I equal to 1, this is I equal to 2. This is j equal to 0. This is j equal to 1, this is j equal to 2. So what is the value of this thing? 0 comma 2, this is 1 comma 1, and this is 2 comma 0. Okay, what is the value of I plus j over here? 2, right? What is the value of I plus j over here? 2. And what is the value of I plus j? 2. Since our we have, let's suppose rows, how many rows are there? 3, and columns is also equal to 3, right? It is a square matrix, so the number of rows should be number of columns. Okay, now since we are having rows equal to 3, that's why we start from index 0, right? We start from index 0, that's why our index is going only till 2. Yes or no? Since our index is going from 0 till 2, this is why we are getting this 2 number. So basically it is nothing but rows minus 1, right? So if we want to check for the other diagonal, what I'll do is for variable I equal to 0, I less than rows, and I plus plus. Okay. For variable j is equal to 0, j less than columns, and j plus plus. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll take the sum initially to be 0. And let me call it a matrix, MAT. So what I'll do is sum. Now, first I'll check the condition. What is the condition I need to check? No, if I plus j is equal to row minus 1. Are you getting this thing? Why we are writing this thing? See, every time we are summing this in diagonal, we are getting 2. Sum I comma j, when you do the summation of I comma j, you are getting this constant number 2. Why are you getting this constant number 2? Let's suppose if I have a matrix of 4 comma 4, this is 0 0. Let me write this thing. So this is 0 comma 3, this is 1 comma 2, this is 2 comma 1, and this is 3 comma 0, right? So when you sum it, this other diagonal, what is the thing? I plus j is 3, this is I plus j is 3, this is I plus j 3, this is I plus j 3. So why 3 is coming? Because our number of rows is 4. That's why it is coming. Are you getting this thing now? Exactly. So that's why I am writing if I plus j equal to row minus 1. Yeah, you can do column minus 1 also. It is the same thing because rows and columns will be same in a square matrix. The concept of diagonal is only valid for square matrix. Yes, exactly. We can only find the diagonal of a n cross n matrix, square matrix. Is this part clear? Logic. This is the logic which we are giving, no? This is the logic, this is the logic, this is the logic. That every sum is coming out to be 3 only. So here we can see that our sum is coming out to be 2, which is basically rows minus 1. It will remain the same. The logic will remain same for any n cross n matrix. So if I plus j equal to rho minus 1, I'll just do the sum matrix of. Please mute yourself, whomever is this. Yeah. And we'll do this thing also. Okay, don't worry. Now, the last thing I want to discuss today is, I won't keep it heavy because 2D arrays are a bit difficult to digest in the first place. Okay, so don't worry. The last thing I want to discuss is a transpose. Okay, and this will be in your assignment. Okay, so what is a transpose? So basically, exactly, rows become column and column become rows, ulta. Okay, so not inverse. Inverse is a different word. Okay, so I comma j, the index I comma j becomes j comma I. Okay, now let's see how we see this thing. So let's suppose you have a matrix 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me take a different matrix 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, 12. Okay, how many columns, rows are there in this one? 3. Very good. Rows is equal to 3. And columns? 2. Okay, this is 0, comma 0. This is 0, comma 1. This is 1, comma 0. This is 1, comma 1. This is 2, comma 0. And this is 2, comma 1. Okay. Now, it says I comma j becomes j comma I. Okay. So I comma j. So let me, okay, let me just do it. So first of all, if this is a matrix of size m cross n, okay, the m means rows and n means columns. So what will be the number of rows in this one? Exactly, it will become n cross m matrix. It will have now 3 rows, n rows and m columns. Okay, and we'll see why it becomes like this. So how many rows are there in this one? 3. And columns 2. So after transpose, how many it will become? 2 rows. Exactly, 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, and when we'll see why it becomes. Okay, so it says position I comma j becomes j comma I. Okay, I comma j. So 0 comma 0, I is 0, j is 0. When you inverse it, what will it become? It will still be 0 comma 0 only, right? When I is 0 and j is 0, so I will become j. I will still become 0 and j will always still be 0, right? So we'll have this 1 as it is. Okay? Yes or no? Now, I is 0 and j is equal to 1. I is 0 and j is equal to 1. After interchanging, I will become 1 and j will become 0, right? Yes or no? So basically 2. So 2 will now be at row equal to 1 and column equal to 0. So it will be over here. This is row equal to 1, right? I mean, I equal to 1. This is I equal to 0. This is j equal to 0. This is j equal to 1. This is j equal to 2. Is this part clear with everyone or not? I'll explain again. Crystal clear. Oh my God. Again. Okay. See, I comma j in transpose becomes j comma I. Basically, whatever the I value is, it becomes j, and whatever the j value is, it becomes I. So when we have this element, what is the position in the initial one? It has I equal to 0, j equal to 0. When you interchange both of them, it will still be 0 and j equal to 0, right? This position becomes of I and this position becomes of j, right? So it is 0 comma 0. So in the new array also, it will be 0 comma 0 only. So it will be 1. Okay. Now this is 0 comma 1. I is 0 and j is 1. So I comma j interchanges. So I will now become 1 and j will now become 0. So initially it was 0 comma 1. Now it will become 1 comma 0. So it will be in 2. 2 will come over here. Now this is position. I is equal to 0 and j is equal to, no, I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 0. So after interchange, what will become? I will become 0 and j will become 1. So this 6 will go to I equal to 0 and j is equal to 1 over here. Are you getting this thing or not? Now similarly, it is 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1. I is equal to 1, j is equal to 1. After interchange also, it will still be I equal to 1, j equal to 1. So it will go to row number 1 and column number 1. So 7 will come over here. And 9 comma 12. Okay, so 2 comma 0. I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 0. After interchange, what will it become? I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 2. So I equal to 0, j is equal to 2, 9 will come over here. And the remaining person will come over here. So if you can see the output and see, oh, sorry. So it was 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, 11, I guess, I don't. Okay. And the output became 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, 11. Right? So what we did, if this is a matrix like this, what we are doing is just putting it on the ground. Rotate it by 90 degrees. Let's suppose this is a building. Okay. And let the building fall onto the ground. Okay. Who said that both matrices are same? We never said that both matrices are same. This is a transposed matrix. This is a transpose matrix. Okay. So in transpose, remember, I comma j becomes j comma I. Okay, one thing. Yes. Yeah. So I'll show it on VS Code. Okay, don't worry. So let me stop the share. You are able to see my VS Code, right? Okay, and I session. Yeah, I'll explain it. Don't worry again. It's week 4. Okay. cd dot dot cd dot cd week 4. Okay, yeah. See, today is day 2. Okay. I session cd day 2 lscd I. Okay. Session.js. Okay. So first of all, let's suppose if I have variable matrix is equal to 1. It is an array of arrays. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Okay. So can you see it is becoming like this? Okay. There are 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay. Now if I do console.log matrix of 0, so what should come as output? Sorry, node session.js. So this as entire array, right? Because this is just one item. Okay, the array will come, not the individual element. Now if I do matrix of 0, 1, so basically in 0th row, the first column should come. So what should be the output? 2, right? Very good. Matrix of 0, 1, right? So 0, this is the 0th row, this is the 0th column, this is the first column, this is the second column. So it should come out to be 2. Similarly, if I write variable of 2, 1, and if I write it, what should come? No, variable matrix, this is matrix of 0. This is 0th row, this is the first row, this is the second row. So second row, the index starts from 0, right? Don't forget. And the first column, this is the first column, this is the 0th column. Okay, don't get confused. So it should be 11. Okay. So if I can traverse also. So for variable I equal to 0, and how to take out the length? So first you can write variable rows. How to take out the length of the, okay, let me write mat.length if people are saying, okay. And let me write it console log rows. So what should happen? Let me write length only. I don't know what length of matrix, okay. Length of matrix, okay. Let me run this thing. So it says 3 only. So what is 3? 3 is the number of rows. Exactly. It is the number of rows. So when I did mat.length, it gives me the number of rows. Okay. And if I do variable columns, so what is mat of 0? This thing, right? So if I do mat of 0.length, what it will give? It will give me the number of columns, right? So if I write variable 0, mat of 0.length, So if I do rows, columns, it will give me 3, 3, right? Let me increase one more row. So now what should be the number of rows and columns? 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay. So 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay. So I have rows also, now columns also. Now what I can do is I can iterate over it. So for I equal to 0, I less than rows, I plus plus. For variable j is equal to 0, j less than columns and j plus plus. What I can do is I can console.log for now matrix of I comma j. Okay. So if I run this thing, it will iterate over every element. Why mat0 is used? Why not mat only? When I do mat.length, see, this is mat, right? Mat is an array of, okay. Forget that there are arrays inside of this thing. When I do mat.length, what it gives? The number of elements. Forget about this thing, rows and all those things. What it gives me? It gives me the number of elements, right? For me, the number of elements are the number of rows, right? That's why I'm getting variable rows is equal to mat.length. Okay. Now what I'm doing is variable columns is equal to, now I want to take out the columns also. So I take out any of the row. I took any of the row. So I took out the first row and I said mat of 0.length. So basically mat of 0 will be this entire thing. Mat of 0 will be this entire thing, and I'm doing dot length of this thing. Then it is not a matrix, Ishan Singh Lamba. It will still give you the same mat2 dot length. Now it is say people are asking how to get output like matrix. Okay. So what you'll do is, so people are saying output it like this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So what I'll do is, if you want output in one line, what should we do in JavaScript? From now on, you should remember this thing. Yes, exactly. So what I'll do is, I'll take variable result for every row and it initialize it to be an empty string, right? And what I'll do is result plus equal to matrix of I comma j plus space, right? And after every for loop, exactly, I'll just print the result. Okay, so if I run this thing, I'll get the output. Okay, yeah, I put a space in empty string. It should be empty string. Yeah, very good. Is it okay? Good. Now, let's suppose if I have a square matrix, right? This is what you have to do it in the assignments also, but it's okay. So if I just want the sum of this diagonal, 1, 7, 12, what I'll do is, I'll just remove this thing. I'll take a empty sum, variable sum is equal to 0. And what I'll do is sum plus equal to, very good. First, we need to check the condition. If I equal to j, then only sum plus equal to matrix of I comma j. Right? If I equal to, this is 0, 0, this is 1, 1, this is 2, 2. So if I equal to j, then only sum plus equal to matrix of I comma j. And if I run this thing, okay, I need to console log the sum also. And if I run this thing, I get the result as 20. Y comma after where comma? This automatically comes. I'm not putting it. This automatically comes up when I'm using a Prettier. The formatter, basically, code formatter. Remember the extensions I'm using? So this is the code formatter I'm using. So whenever I save it, it comes like this. Okay. Now there is one thing I want to teach you. Let's suppose if you want to have a empty matrix of filled with 0, 0, 0. Okay, remove this thing. Let's suppose you want a empty matrix of size 3, 4. So when I say right size 3, 4, how many rows are there? 3. And columns are 4, right? So what I can do is, so there is an inbuilt method in JavaScript. Okay. So what you can write, array.fill. So if I write array.fill, array of what size? Okay. So array of size, let's suppose 3.fill of with zeros. And I store it in array, let's suppose. I'll explain it, don't worry. Console log array. And if I just run this thing, what it gives me. So basically what it is saying is take a array of size 3. Okay. So array of size 3. Okay. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, right? Okay. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. And fill it with zeros. If I write array of 6 dot fill with zeros, so what will it happen? It will take array of size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and fill it with zeros. So it will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. No, you can write anything. If you write fill 1, so it will fill it with 1. Okay, whatever you want to fill it with, it will fill it with. Okay, let's suppose if I write, I hope it should work, Abhishek. So it will print Abhishek, 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 right? Now, how to fill a 2D array? So remember, what is array or 2D array? It is an array of arrays, right? Yes or no? So what I will do is basically array of, first of all, how many rows are there? 3 rows, dot fill. So I'll have a 3 rows, right? 1, 2, 3. Now what we'll do is we'll fill it with array only, right? Because we need arrays of arrays. So what I'll do is I'll write again array of what size? 4 and dot fill it with 0. Okay, so what it is saying is now, no, you don't have to push, it's finished now. So basically array of size 3. So 1, 2, 3 dot fill it with what? Array of 4. So it is saying fill it with array of size 4 with zeros. Then again array of size 4 with zeros, an array of size 4 with zeros. Are you getting the logic now? So it will give you a 3 cross 4 matrix. Okay, so we can print it also. So what we'll do is clear everything and console.log. Instead of ARR, I can call it matrix and write MAT. And if I just run this thing, see, it will give us 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay. What about multiple rows? This is multiple rows only. Yeah, it can be with similar elements if you want to fill it like this. Okay, you can write 1 also. So it will fill it with 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But we generally use 0. Okay. Now, the most difficult part comes now. Okay. And then the most difficult part is what? Throughout this course, what has been the most difficult part is to take input on OJ, right? So how do you take into input this 2D arrays on OJ? Okay. So for that, what we'll do is basically, no, not transposing all these things. So what we'll do is we'll take this thing in the V session. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let's take a break for 5 minutes or like 6-7 minutes. So at 12:25 we meet. Okay. Okay. So first, just we'll check how we need to take into the input. Okay, and then we'll solve the problem. Okay, so the problem says that you are given 2 matrices, 2D array. The first array A is n number of rows and m number of columns, and second array B with I number of rows and j number of columns. Output sum of the matrix which is greater than the sum of the matrix. Okay. Please don't convert your 2D array to 1D array. Okay, we won't convert. Okay, so it says first line contains n and m number of rows and columns of first matrix. Next n elements contains m elements. Okay. Okay. Cool. So let us see how our input looks like. Okay. So it says the first line contains the number of rows and number of columns. So number of rows is how many? 3, and columns is 4. Very good. Now for the next 3 rows and 4 columns, this is our matrix 1. Okay. Yes or no? It has 3 rows and 4 columns. So this is our first matrix. Then it says, then you are again given the number of rows and number of columns. Number of rows is equal to 2 and number of columns is equal to 2. And then you are given the second matrix. Okay. So this is how our input looks like. Okay. Is this part clear? Okay, cool. Now, what I'll do is basically I'll copy this thing and I'll do it in my VS Code. Okay, so I'll create a folder named V. No, in I created, sorry. Delete. Day 2. v folder and vl. Just write matrix.js, anything. Okay, this is just to explain. We'll do it on the OJ itself also. Okay, don't worry. So let's suppose my input is like this. Variable input is equal to this thing, right? My input looks like this. Yes or no? Very good. Now, before starting with this thing, I wanted to check whether you remember this thing or not. So variable name is equal to Masai school, let's suppose. Okay. And if I do variable result is equal to name dot slice. Okay. What did slice used to do? It used to create a it used to cut. Yeah, very good. So basically, if I write 1, 4, so this is the starting index, this is the ending index, and the ending index is not included. So what will be the output in this case? Again, this is 0th index, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this S is capital, S is 5. So it says starts from index 1. So what is the first index? Index number 1 is A. Then go till index number 4, but don't include the index number 4. Okay. So if I write 1, 2, so it will start from 1, 2, and will go on till 3. So it will write ASA. Yes or no? Okay. It will start from index number 1 and it will go till index number 3. That's it. So our output will be ASA. Now, one more thing you need to remember. If I don't write the end index, so what should it do? It should start from index number 1 and go till end, right? So if I write this thing and if I write console log result, so it will start from ASI. It will, sorry, CD, okay, dot dot CDV node matrix.js. So it will start from ASI school till everything. Okay. Till last, including last, obviously. Yeah, till last, including last. Okay. So this is the two things you need to remember. Slice 1, 4, yeah, 1, 6. It will go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest. If I don't write this thing, so it will go till the end. No, name wouldn't be changed. In slice, it doesn't change the original array. Okay. Now, whenever we see a multi-line output, what should we do? We should write split. Yes, basically. Very good. So I'll write input dot split on the basis of lines, right? Okay. Input dot split on the basis of new lines. So if I do this thing and I do console.log new input, so what should be the output? So it is like this. Basically what it is doing is, so if I write, so this is new input of 0, right? This becomes new input of 0, this becomes new input of 1, this becomes new input of 2, this become new input of 3, this become new input of 4, this become new input of 5, and this becomes new input of 6. Yes or no? Exactly. Array of strings, right? So our matrix 1 dimensions are in which thing? Array, this is how my console prints it. Don't worry. This is how my console prints it. Don't worry about this thing. Okay, so my first matrix dimension are in 0th row, right? So if I can I write like this? Variable matrix 1 dimension is equal to new input of 1. Yes or no? Oh, sorry, new input of 0. Yes or no? My matrix 1 dimensions are in new input of 0. Very good. But I want this number. This will give me the number of rows and this will give me the number of columns. So first I need to, this is in the form of string. So first I need to convert it into number also. So what I'll do is dot split on the basis of spaces and dot map it to number. Is this part clear? Okay. So then the first row, I split it on the basis of space and map it to number. So this is a number and this is also a number. Now, if I do variable of number of rows, R1, what will it be? Yes, mat1 of dimension of 0. And what will be number of columns? A mat1 dimension of 1, right? Again, see the input. First, we split the input on the basis of new lines. So we got this individual thing. Then we took out this one string, right? And what we did is new input of 0. New input of 0 is this thing. Okay. There are only 2 matrices. There are no test cases. Please don't confuse yourself. There are only 2 matrices. Okay. And what we did is we had new input of 0 dot split. So dot split on the basis of space. On the basis of space, we split and we dot map it to number. Okay. And we stored it in a variable name matrix 1 dimension. So matrix 1 dimension of 0 will now be R1 and matrix 1 dimension of 1 will be C1. Is this part clear or not? Okay. Now, now here comes the interesting part. So variable matrix, mat1, okay? Let me call it mat1. Yeah, R1 plus C1 is 7, but I don't know why do you need R1 plus C1. Okay. See, this is our entire new input. Yes or no? Very good. So what I'm doing is new input dot slice. Okay. So what I am slicing it. Okay. See, listen it to carefully. This is new input of 0. This is new input of 1. This is new input of 2, new input of 3. This is new input of 4. This is new input of 5 and this is new input of 6, right? And what I'm doing is new input, this entire new input, I'm slicing it from this to this. Very good. So slice it from 1 till R1 plus 1. R1 till this will give this entire strings. See, my this is 3, 4. Okay, let me erase it. This is 3, 4. This is one string. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 as another string. Then we have 0, 5, 6, 1 as one string. Then we have 9, 3, 0, 8 as another string. Then we have 2, 2 as another string. Then we have 8, 8 as another string. And then we have again 8, 8 as another string. Yes or no? Okay, when we split it on the basis of new line, this is our entire thing, right? This is what I have written. Okay. Now this is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2, this is index 3, this is index 4, this is index 5, this is index 6. Yes or no? So let's suppose we have an array of 2, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, and when I do arr dot slice of 1, 3, so what happens? What should be the output? 6, 7, right? 6 and 7, right? Start from 1 and go till 2. 6 and 7, right? So similarly, in this particular example also. Okay. Well, let me use an eraser. What I'm doing is, I'm doing new input. This is the new input. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 elements. And what I'm doing is new input dot slice. Are you getting this thing? New input dot slice from row number 1. This is row number 1. 1 till how many rows I need to splice? 3 rows, right? But I need to go till this number. So what I'll do is R1 plus 1. R1 is how many rows? 3 rows, right? R1 is 3, right? We got this R1 from here. And how many rows I need to slice? 1, 2, 3. No, array 1 is still this thing, na? Till this index 3. Array, I don't know how many rows will it be there. How can I directly write a number? This is, you can see the input, but what if there is, how can I tell the code that it is still here? You can see it that there are 3 rows. That's why you cannot write the number 4. Okay, now let me write this thing. It will make sense. Okay, input dot slice 1 till R1 plus 1. Okay, then dot map. Okay, function for every row, return, just let me write it. Okay, return row dot split on the basis of this thing and dot map number. Okay, now why did I write this thing? Okay, see, there is no test cases. First of all, there are no test cases in this one. We have the number of, there are only two matrices, 1 and 2. This is the matrix 1 dimension. And this is the matrix 2 dimension. How, where are the number of test cases? Where can you see? Okay. Now this is matrix 1. How many rows are there in matrix 1? 3, right? And where is the number 3 coming from? Here it is coming from. How many columns are there in matrix 1? 4. This is the number it is coming from. How many rows are there in this one? Matrix 2. 2. The number is coming from here. How many columns are there? It is coming from here. Okay. So this is one of the things. Okay. Now, what I did is first I split the input on the basis of new line. So I got this individual strings, right? So variable new input, input dot split on the basis of \n. Yes or no? Very good. So this became 0, this became 1, this became 2, this became 3, this became 4, this became 5, this became 6. Now what I did is, for matrix 1 dimension, I took the new input of 0. This is new input of 0. And I split it on the basis of space. Okay. And dot map it to number. Okay. So I mapped it to number. So this 3, 4 string became an array of 3, 4, right? Yes or no? And I stored it into matrix 1 dimension. Then I did matrix 1 dimension of 0. I got this number R1, which is 3. And similarly, I did matrix 1 dimension of 1. I got it C1. Till this part, is it clear? I hope it is clear with everyone, right? Now, what I did is, after this thing, okay, new input. This is the entire new input, right? Again, I'm marking it. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. C1 is not coming in use. Don't worry. And it will not come in use also till now. Okay. What I'm doing is variable mat1. I need to create matrix 1. Okay. This is our entire matrix 1. So what I did is new input. Which is the new input? This is the entire new input. Yes or no? Very good. And I'm doing dot slice. Dot slice on this entire new input. Okay. From where it should start? From index 1. Where it should end? How many rows are there? 3 rows, right? So 1, 2, 3. Yes or no? I got these rows, but it should end it till here. When I write 1, 4, it takes into account 1, 2, 3 only slice. Yes or no? That's why I write 1 plus R1. Okay. So R1 value is basically 3 and plus 1 became 4. So basically it is slicing from 1, 4. So 1, 2, 3. It will take into account 1, 2, 3 only. You don't, why do you need to write C1? Where is the role of C1? There is no role of C1 till now. C1 is 4. How can you write C1 is equal to 4? When we are counting number of rows, why can you count the number of columns? Okay, again, new input dot slice from this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. So I'm slicing it from 1, R1. R1 plus 1 is 3 plus 1. So basically slice it from 1, 4. So 1, 2, 3. It will take into account this thing only. Yes or no? Okay. Now, see this thing. What I'm saying is dot map. What does map do? Go through every element. So this is one element. This is second element. This is third element. Yes or no? Okay. So what I'm doing, telling him function, take into every row, take into every row. This is the first row. This is the second row. This is the third row. And what should I return? Split it on the basis of space and dot map it to number. So basically I'm telling it, take 1, 2, 3, 4 as input, this entire row, and convert it into individual numbers. That's it. Why we using map twice? Where we are using map twice? Here. Because first we are mapping the entire rows and then we are mapping individual elements. Yes, first we are mapping entire rows. So let me print out this entire thing now. So let me print out this matrix 1. So if I run this thing, you can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 5, 6, 1, 0, 5, 6, 1, and 9308, 9308. So we get our matrix now. Yes. See, now what is happening is, let me explain it again. This part is clear with everyone. New input dot slice 1 till r1 plus 1. Why we have done it r1 plus 1. Right? Now what we are doing is basically mapping it. So when we had an array is equal to, when we have arrays of arrays, okay, what I'm doing is I'm saying arr dot map. Now for it, it is an individual element, right? Yes or no? Whatever I write between commas is an individual element. Let it be a number only or an array or anything. What I'm saying is map through every element 0, 1, 2. Yes or no? So what I'm saying is new input dot slice. Okay. Let me remove the confusion. Okay. Let me comment it out and let me write variable matrix 1 is equal to new input dot slice 1 comma r1 plus 1. Okay, let me just write this thing. Okay, and when I do this thing, what is this thing coming? Strings, right? It is an array of strings. Okay, now what I'm telling it, dot map. Okay, and dot map, I can give a function inside of it. It is a higher order function. So I'm telling it, consider it to be just one row, right? Earlier I used to write item, right? I can write any word. I can write item also. I can write A also. I can write E also, anything. I'm just telling it you that consider it to be an individual row. I haven't taught for each anything. I haven't taught for each. So I'm telling you that consider each row, okay? And what you return me, that individual row, split it on the basis of spaces and dot map it to number. Whatever we have been doing it till now, right? Whenever you get this string, how do you get the numbers out of it? You split it on the basis of spaces and then get the number. row dot split, sorry. Okay. Is this part clear? And with practice only it will. Array. Okay. Now, this is our first matrix. Okay. How to get this dimensions? Matrix 2 dimension variable matrix 2 dimension is equal to. So this is 0, right? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. So I have R1 to be 3. This is 1, 2, 3. And this is 4th. In the 4th new input of 4, I have this thing. So how do I get this 4 number? New input of R1 plus 1. Yes or no? R1 plus 1. Okay. So I can write new input of R1 plus 1. Okay, sorry. R1 plus 1 and dot split it again on the basis of spaces and dot map it to number. Okay, so basically I have this thing 2 comma 2. I split it on the basis of space and I mapped it to number. Yes or no? Now, what I have, I can write variable R2 is equal to matrix 2 dimension of 0 and variable C2 is equal to matrix 2 of dimension 1. So this is the 0th index of that particular one and this is the first index. Yes, now we have to slice it for another matrix. Okay. Now what we need to do? So exactly. So what I need to do is variable matrix 2 is equal to new input of dot slice. Okay. And we need to slice it from which particular index. So this is index 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. So we need to start from 5. So 5 is basically R1 plus 2, right? This is yes or no, because we just lost one row. So we need to slice it from R1 plus 2. That's it. And go till the end. We can write R1 plus 2, comma, R2 plus 1, right? But you don't need to do that because we'll just splice it till the end. Yes, because there is nothing after that. Okay, so we'll just write input dot slice from R1 plus 2 and then again dot map function for each row, return the same logic, row dot split on the basis of this thing and dot map it to number. And I can do console.log of mat2 again. So I'll get the first one, first matrix and the second matrix. Can we write matrix 2 dimension of new input of 4? How did you get this number, new input of 4? how can you directly write a number when you don't know the size of the matrix? If their dimension is different, how will you write it? Now what I can do is I can take this entire code. Okay. Yes, you can write function one time and you can call it two times. So what I'll do is I'll take this entire code and over here, wherever I used to write my function, I'll paste it over here, but I need the driver code. So let me find the driver code. Okay. So this is my driver code. I paste it over here and I remove all those things. Okay. Now what I can do is basically whatever the code I had written from here, Control C, and I'll paste it over here. Okay. Share this code on Slack. See, I'm telling you, it's okay for the first time when you just. Okay, let me write the entire code. Okay. I've shared it on the channel. @channel. Save changes. Okay. I've shared it on the Slack. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Yes, if this code has 3 matrix, but we won't give it like this 3 matrix. Okay. Now what it says is you are given 2 matrices, the first matrix and the second matrix. Output the sum of the matrix. Which is basically the sum of all elements. So let me take out the sum. So variable sum matrix 1 is equal to 0 initially. And what I'll do is for variable I equal to 0, I less than R1. We had this R1, right? And I plus plus. Then we had for variable J is equal to 0, J less than C1 in J plus plus. And I'll do sum of matrix 1 plus equal to matrix 1 of I comma J. Then you can write again for the same thing for matrix 2. For variable I equal to 0, I less than R2 now, and I plus plus. For variable J equal to 0, J less than C2 and J plus plus. Sum of matrix 2 is equal to plus equal to matrix of 2 of I comma J. Okay. Now there are some inbuilt functions which I don't know if you can remember. Did you use something like this, math.max, earlier? Did we use any functions from the math library earlier? So you can write some of the functions like math.max. Okay. So if I write math.max a comma b, yeah, you use math.ceil and math.floor, right? Very good. So you have some other functions also. So one is math.max. So what it should give? So if I write math.max of a comma b, like 1 comma 3, what it should give? The maximum, right? So it will give 3. If I write math.min of 1 comma 2, it will give 1. Similarly, there is math.sqrt also. If you write math.sqrt of 16, what should be the output? Very good, 4, right? It is as simple as that, right? So we need to give, it is saying that the sum of all elements present in the matrix 1 is 42 and the sum of the elements present in the second matrix is 32. So whichever is the greater one, output it. So what I'll do is just console log math.max of sum of matrix 1 and sum of matrix 2. Whatever the maximum is, I'll output it. Okay. So I'll explain this entire thing again and again. Don't worry. Let me copy it. Let me see whether we are doing it correctly or not. So it gives us 42. Let us check whether it is 42 or not. It is 42. So let's submit this code and it gets accepted. Okay. Now, I hope this part is clear with everyone, what we are doing over here. Yes, because we are traversing the entire matrix and we are storing the total in a particular variable name matrix 1, right? Similarly, we are doing the same thing over here. We are taking the matrix 2 and we are traversing it. And then we are just console logging whatever the maximum is this from mat1 or mat2, whatever the maximum is, we are just outputting it. See, what I will suggest you guys is this particular assignment is open for the entire day, right? Remove everything, okay? Remove everything from the code and write it from the scratch, okay? On your own. Console log it and check where you are making the mistake. See, to be honest, in the next, whatever the lectures will be coming from now on, like apart from this week, this will become very, very easy. Then the coming parts for you will become very, very easy. It will be literally very easy. Okay, this is the one of the most difficult parts you are going through. That's it. If you have overcome this thing, there's no one stopping you. Okay, so I'm telling you again, I also practiced it like this. I never used to do it in JavaScript, to be honest. I also have to look at the syntax and everything. So what I do is I try to practice it on my own, this entire function. Okay. So again, what we did is first variable, we took the new input, okay, and we split it first on the basis of new line. Okay, this is what we did. We split it on the basis of new line. So we get this individual strings, right? So our first matrix dimension is in the first line, right? It is always in the first line. So what I can write, variable mat1 dimension is equal to new input of 0 dot split on the basis of spaces and dot map it to number. Okay. So we did it like this. Okay. I've sent the complete. For the next part, I won't be giving it where you have to traverse the array. I won't be giving it on Slack. Then what are you doing in the class? I've given the entire input, then you have to do it. Then how will you study? Okay, then what we are doing is we are taking out the rows. So variable R1 is equal to mat1 of dimension of 0 and variable C1 is equal to mat1 of dimension of 1. Okay, so I got this number 3 and I got this number 4. And for the next 3 rows, I have the matrix 1. So what I can do is I can write variable mat1 is equal to new input dot slice from first row till R1 plus 1 and dot map it to a function name this thing where it takes into each row and return row dot split on the basis of spaces and dot map it to number. Okay, so we are taking individual rows because it is in the form of string. I'm taking into each row, I'm splitting it on the basis of spaces and I'm dot mapping it to numbers. Okay, so this will give us the first matrix. Then variable mat2 dimension will be new input of what? So this is the number of rows. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and it is in the fourth row. So basically it is R1 plus 1. So R1 plus 1 dot split on the basis of spaces and dot map it to number. And then we have the matrix 2 variable matrix 2 is equal to, I can write variable R2 is equal to mat2 dimension of 0 and variable C2 is equal to mat2 of dimension of 1. Yes, you can get multiple test cases also. So in that case, we'll see how to look at the test cases. Don't worry, we are not giving any example or problems related to multiple test cases for now. Okay. So variable matrix 2 will now become new input dot slice from. So our one row got messed up with this one. I one row got this one with this one. So this is from R1 plus 2 basically. So it will be R1 plus 2 dot map it to a function which takes into each row and returns row dot split on the basis of spaces, and we can write it dot map it to number. And then we can write variable sum of mat1 to be 0. And for variable I equal to 0, I less than R1, I plus plus. For variable j equal to 0, j less than C1, j plus plus. And you are just doing matrix 1 sum. Mat1 of I comma j. Variable sum of mat2 is equal to 0. For variable I equal to 0, I less than R2 this time, and I plus plus. Then for variable j equal to 0, j less than C2 and j plus plus. You are doing sum of mat2 plus equal to mat2 of I comma j. And you are doing console.log of math.max of sum of mat1 comma sum of mat2. Test again a custom output input. So basically copied it, run the paste. So answer comes out to be 42. Is this part clear with everyone? What we have done? So there is only one problem today, one problem in the U part also, and a bit simpler problem in the assignment part only. Okay, so I'm not like bombarding you with problems. I want you to just learn this thing. Okay, it will take time. Spend your entire day looking why we have done like this. Go step by step. Console log at every point of time. Whenever you are doing it, console log. Okay, why we are doing it like this. This is how you will learn. Okay. So probably that's it from my side. So I'm opening the breakout rooms, and you can